Let me wipe you off real quick. Ah, hey, you look good. Okay. Hopefully I found the solution to the boppers. I had got this last year, but I could not find the little propane tank. And then as I was in my car looking for something else, I found it. So hopefully this is gonna work and do what it needs to do, which is create a bubble around me, just in case. I have this as well. I know what you guys say about lemongrass and all that stuff, but I'm this isn't my yard. I'm not gonna be adding things like that, cattails, all that stuff. Um, I appreciate it though. I definitely appreciate it. So when I get my own location, heck yeah. Hey, Carnival. Let me know if you can hear me. My Mother's Day gift was a pair of J-Labs, the flesh tones. So let me know if you can hear me. Look, you can barely see it because it's like bronzish color like me. So hopefully you guys hear me well. If not, I have my cordage out here ready to rock. Um, so we will get that going. We have about an hour, you guys, before the sun chases us away. So I want to go ahead and dive on in. Let me put my subscriber only chat. So if you want to chat with me now, live, or on the replay, you just have to be a subscriber. So just hit that button. It's totally free. The only thing it costs is a little bit of energy. So, and I appreciate and I'm so thankful for all the energy that you guys give me in response. Okay, so you can hear me fine. Yay. Additionally, you guys, for Mother's Day, I got me two additional cards. Um, these will not be used today, but I want you to see them. They're so cool because they're not cleansed yet. So, but I think these are going to work really well. I'm really excited because I'm so picky about cards, like absolutely picky. Like it has to have a story and it has to add to conversation. And so these are the Celestial Insights. I have to add the link below. I'm not adding them now because obviously we're chatting. So this is a 56 card deck. It's about balance and awakening. So this is an oracle deck, not a tarot deck. I do want another tarot deck. Um, I have not found my missing card. So unfortunately, I can't use my out of hand card today. Um, I haven't found them. Like, there's a lot of fallen leaves and stuff. And then on top of that, the back of this is just, and then unfortunately, it's what the tower card that's missing. So that's fun. That's fun. I will use them if I need them for clarity. I'll do that. But just keep in mind the tower card is missing. And I think it's really interesting that it's that card that's missing. So these are my new babes. Um, this is the Celestial Insight. And what I like is that oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. So these are just, when I saw them, I got goosebumps. When I went through them, I got goosebumps. So these are just a great addition to my deck. So this says, for instance, trust and observe. Your intuition is quietly guiding you, but sometimes you need to pay more attention to the small changes around you. Reflect on moments of reflect on recent moments of confusion. By observing the little details, you'll sharpen your intuition over time. This one says value indication. Your inner value is greater than you realize. Perhaps you've been questioning your worth lately. Focus on affirming your unique qualities daily, and you become more confident in your value. Hey, Nicole. So these are fun little cards, man. And then look at the balance here, the scale. Um, I do. Do y'all like Super Friends? Because that's where we started. And look at this. This one says spirit. The power of your spirit is always there, quietly supporting you. If you feel lost, take time to listen to your inner voice. Through meditation or simple outdoor activities, you can reconnect with your inner spirit. So these are just our inner strength. So these are just three of the new ones from this deck. Like, aren't these great? Wait, I wanted to show you this one. So this is text. Life's challenges are opportunities for growth. You may be facing a difficult decision or situation, but don't shy away from it. Embrace the test, and you'll emerge stronger and wiser. I love this. I love these. So these are our new cards. Um, that we will be using when we get our collective reading. And this is the Celestial Insights. Can't use them now, they're not clean. They haven't been cleansed. So the other deck is a shadow work. I wanted some shadow work cards. So I've been reading different cards very, very, very carefully. So these are shadow work. I don't like the fact that it has oracle cards written on the back of them. That's the only thing I really don't like is that that's written on there. Um, and I don't care if cards are made with AI or not. I just don't because that's not the thing that's important. Hey, Jen. So you see this? This is shadow alchemy. So this says turn shadows into gold by shifting your awareness. Keywords here are empowerment and rebirth, and then seductive allure. Instant gratification blinds you to the consequences. Craving, promises, and hidden. Look at these. So I like these. I like these. Heal through art. Express your shadows in art and let healing unfold. That's the keywords are creativity and expression. So you see these. You had a surprise spiritual message ending thought at the end of Pilates class yesterday. Oh, okay, okay. What was it? I'm so curious. Okay. And so this says authentic self. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. That's a cliche thing, but it works. Uniqueness and individuality. So look at that. All right. So these are really interesting. Um, I saw a TikTok today of this woman who was, ooh, this one. Okay, who was talking about the connection. She does, what's that lymphatic thing? The one sculpture, whatever that sculpture thing was, right? So she does the sculpture thing, and she said how she was doing someone's jaw or something. I guess, I don't know, with like the ashwa or whatever the thing is called. But whatever the cold sculpting, whatever that thing is where they press on your lymphatics, right? To help you release things. And she was talking about how this woman had stopped her, her client, and was like, "What did you just do?" Yes, jaw is pelvis, exactly. So she said, "What did you just do?" Because the lady was working on her jaw or whatever, and she's like you've released tension in my hip. Like, what the heck did you just do? And she was talking about how, um, like if you're cooking meat and you're like cleaning chicken. I love this example she gave. She was talking about the ligaments within, and she's like those ligaments go all the way down. And she's like, we're human, we have meat or whatever. And so it's like we are attached. Our entire body is attached. And I was just like, okay, I need to add that to my retreat. So it's interesting. I'm like picking up different things that I want to be in my retreat because I want women to have full release so that by the time that retreat is over, it is like, okay, now what's next? You know? Um, I want I want women to be able to tackle the world, to be ready for the world next. So I've been looking at things that I want to include in my retreat. Not me, because I don't do that, right? Um, I'm not into touching people. I did want to be a masseuse when I was younger, but I massaged my teacher in 10th grade. I remember she asked for a massage, and I was giving her a massage, and her skin was so slippery. Not the outer skin, but the inner skin. So it was like, you know how like you have taut skin? Her skin wasn't taut, it was really loose. And I don't even know how old she was. Because at the time I was a teen, so I can't judge my um, age radar at that time. Um, but it was just like, ew, I don't like loose skin. So I decided against being a masseuse for that reason. Okay, your message at the end of class was that we're sending out positive energy to all those in need of mothering, including ourselves. Oh my God. Who said a very powerful mothering message yesterday? Mm, I can't remember who it was. I think it was a video. It was a video I was watching, and I think Susie you had reposted it, so it ended up on my FYP. I can't remember who. I might have saved it, but it was something about mothering, and I was like, "This is so good." No, it was a guy. A guy was talking about the loneliness of men, but not really. He was like, "Do y'all realize how much work you make women do?" and have been making them do since they were kids. Like they've had to learn how to navigate a male's feelings ever since they were children. And I was just reading through the comments, and I swear the comments made me want to cry. People were talking about how um, when their dad was away for work, their mom and them, they could breathe, like stuff like that. And it was just how many people are locked in relationships, whether born into them or married into them or long term into them, and you just think about all the different relationships we have. And honestly, and I really don't mean this in any negative way with my family here, but when they're gone, I just feel so relaxed. Like like I can untense. And it's amazing how many of us are living like that. And it's simply because, it's way past time, right, for us to move out. Just gotta get the finances together and have our own. And it's just like I wanna be able to breathe in my space and just feel that this is mine, you know? And it also makes me feel how lucky I am that I don't feel that way about my partner. Sometimes I'm like, dang, I wish you leave, but it's only because I want to do like work with this, like with you guys, because I don't like to, I don't want to say perform, but I don't like to do things in front of other people. So yeah, me too. But I love that, Suze. I think that's just such a beautiful space you're in, and I just feel like that's something you can definitely use in your intention with the spiritual Pilates that you are creating. I think that because it is mothering and remothering, and one of the things that I'm seeing from you very heavily over the type of videos you share, the type of conversation you're having, is this um, self-empowerment as you're learning to decenter, I guess decenter men in a way. Though I will say be cautious because your decentering of men still centers them, like how that works, you know? But I think it's been very beautiful to watch you unwind. I don't even know you that long, but it's just it's a journey you're on, and that is a very powerful journey for you in this 2026 year. Um, Trying to think of what I'm gonna say to that. Um, just a caution of don't go too far extreme all the way over because that's not it either. Like we can't erase men. We need them. I love my boys. But it's also about I can definitely see about um, just growing into awareness of self, especially for females. Like learn who you are first. So I think it's a beautiful thing. Oh man. I also just got like this quick flash of you. I'm trying to think of how to word it. Doing mother-daughter classes, like fostering conversation and relationship between mothers and daughters. I think that's interesting. I think that's interesting. Okay. So this month's been brutal in terms of your family and other relationships. Carly had to burn more bridges. Listen, fire is so cleansing. It's just really, really, really cleansing. Um, but it's even more cleansing when it's done with truth. And truth is just so important. Living in your truth. Uh, like for instance, and again, no shade to my own people, but like when I go looking for like Mother's Day cards and stuff, I don't look for Mother's Day cards. It's like, oh, I love you. You're the best mom ever. Because to me, that's a lie. As far as my experience has been, and I don't want to keep perpetuating lies. So I just want, like, when I go looking, I'm looking for, I appreciate what you've done. And I was able to find a card like that. But it's like, I appreciate what you've done. I appreciate who you are. Like, those kinds of things. I don't want the gushy I love yous because that's not where I am when it comes to my family. And again, no shade to them. It's just that's where I am, right? And I can't force anything other than that. So looking for those kind of cards takes a little bit more time, but it's more intentional. And I think the messaging is more intentional that way too. That said, uh, it sparks a little sadness sometimes. It's like I wish I could have a great relationship. But then my daughter gives me a letter, and it is I love you, and it is I appreciate what you've done, and it is I can't wait till I can take you across the world. Like this is what my daughter wrote me. Oh, I don't want to cry. Right? So it's like we're healing almost ourselves through our kids, but we're also very intentional to not do the same thing to our children. Um, Not in coddling, because coddling doesn't help. It creates like the worst kids ever to be coddling them, as we can see when they try to lead, right? Um, but it's a healing relationship. So it's like I don't have that with mine, but I sure hope my daughter feels like she has it with hers. You know what I mean? Your daughter made you the sweetest card too, Nicole. Right. So that in itself is like the greatest blessing ever because it's like it's true for you. It may not have been true for me, but at least it gets to be true for you. And I think that in itself is beautiful. And it's like, um, especially, I'm midlife pretty much, right? Oh my God, I gotta tell you guys about the dreams I had before we get into these card readings. Now we gotta hurry up because the sun is going to be my timer for today. Oh, Jesus. Listen, Mother's Day is it's not hard, but it's not great either. When you have to think about your own mother. But as far as like my kids, to me, like that was great. Um, anyway, what was I gonna say? Because it's something to do with injury. I can't remember exactly what I was about to say. But so my dreams, y'all. My dreams are weird as hell. Uh, Again, I don't know why I keep going back to Harry Potter, but that first dream was weird as hell. Um, it was interesting, but it was weird. It was kind of like a camp situation. I'm talking like late, like a movie camp situation, for instance, So there was like I don't know it all, so I can't even like dive into it all because I had another dream, and that one is the one that I want to actually really share. But it was interesting because it feels like there's something I'm supposed to take away from that, and I just can't remember what I'm supposed to be taking away from this Harry Potter one. But this is the third Harry Potter dream, right? So that first Harry Potter dream told me that the guy was dead, right? So I was like McGonagall, the witch, wizard, whatever, who knew he died and had to alert people to his death because they weren't going to tell him, right? So that was the December dream. Then I had the dream last month about them bombing the US, bombing us, and trying to go see a Harry Potter movie, looking up through the rubble, seeing the sky. That's a weird dream. I hope it doesn't come true. But it told me intentions. Okay, that this third dream, I'm not sure. But there was a great diversity to this dream. Just all kinds of people. There was like this camp thing. But you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Page of Cups card. Like just the foolishness of it. So like we were surfing, but we were surfing on that hoverboard, the one that kind of like goes out of the water. So we were doing that. There were literally flying fish in this one. Um, so there's something silly about it, but it was something very diverse about it. Like it was all kinds of people. I can't remember everything to it. But the next dream I had, and maybe y'all can help me with this one with your own intuitive gifts and let me know what you think you're getting from it. But in this dream, uh, and this was, I don't know if it was Friday night stream or if it wasn't last night's stream. So it's either Friday night stream or Saturday night stream. But you know what? It was Saturday night stream. So this seems weird. Um, I don't know. It doesn't really pertain to y'all, I don't think. I think it pertains to me. So y'all just let me know what you think. So it was like I had to get like my heart checked out for some reason in the dream. And it was really weird because the nurse or whomever was checking my heart. The way that they did it, I thought it was going to be an ultrasound or something, but they pierced my heart like with some kind of, plastic tube catheter thingy. It was so weird. And then my mouth filled with blood. So it's like, they go, "Oh, this is definitely gonna hurt you." And then they pierced my heart and filled my mouth with blood, basically. And it was really weird because I could literally feel my heart, I mean my mouth filling with blood, like the thickness of blood. It was really gross. Um, but then like the diagnosis, whatever, was like, "You're good, you're healthy, you can live to at least 74, I think it was." And it was like you can extend it by doing more healthy things. And it was also telling me I didn't need the blood clot medicine because my blood was good. Okay. So I don't know. If y'all pick up anything, please tell me what you get. Okay. I think my mosquito guys are working between the coil and this thermal thing. I think it's working. However, the sun has found me and it's now piercing my eyes. So I think I'm just gonna. I don't want you facing the sun because that'll mess up my lighting for you guys. So I think we're just gonna try to use this tree as best we can. Sorry, the girl, the girl. Yeah, Carly, it was crazy. Because I'm like, why is my mouth filling with blood? It was so weird. And I could taste it too. Like the copper. It was bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to retch anymore. I was telling my friend, I was like, the end of my live on Friday or Thursday, I retched because of a lizard. I keep meaning to go back and cut that out. So I think I have to go and cut that one out because that was disgusting. And I'm sorry, I retched. So if anybody retched as a result of me retching, I'm so sorry. Okay. That said, I was listening to some people's readings today and yesterday, uh, and I want to continue with them because there's some holes to it. They didn't ask certain questions with regards to those. Okay, so like for instance, if we're talking the wildfires, right? And I actually brought this up a little bit earlier this year because it was really strange to me how in February and March they were talking about droughts while we were literally in. No, actually, I did not feel like I was choking. I just felt my mouth filling. It's like as they pushed the syringe or whatever they were pushing, like, it's that little plastic thing like a catheter. So as they were pushing the syringe, um, and I knew they were pushing in the syringe, my mouth was filling. It's kind of similar to like when you go get an MRI or something and they do the iodine or whatever the contrast stuff is, and how you can feel and taste that stuff in your mouth. That's kind of how it felt, only my mouth was filling, not just a taste or anything. It was really, really good. Okay, so in um in like February, March, they were talking about drought during a time that there was no need to be talking about a drought because we were literally still in winter. So why are we saying that there's a drought in Florida? Why are we saying there's a drought in Colorado? Why are we saying there's a drought, right? Um, and then again, weather was extremely weird this year because Colorado did not have um, snow really, like they were supposed to be having snow, like usual. So they didn't really have snow, and I mean, like also weirder shit was like the South was like freezing cold, not freezing, but it was like 50, 60s 2 days ago. So, it's just been really, really, really weird weather. And that's why I think I told y'all last week, I'm no longer in, oh, that's a crazy conspiracy that they're controlling the weather. I'm now quite firmly in, yeah, that's likely. So I want to go into that and see, do they control the weather? That's what I want to talk about today for one of the readings is about the controlling of weather because the drought thing, like I said, I clocked it earlier this year and I'm like, it's really strange. They're talking about drought. Well, guess what has been happening that has not been reported? Wildfires. Wildfires in places where they want to put surveillance centers. Um, and it's really interesting because I think I said to y'all last week, let's stop calling them AI centers or even data centers because um, it's all about surveillance, right? I told you they're trying to get us to a drone state. Like, why do we need one of these in almost every single state, right? So it's really interesting because I was watching Hogarth last night or this morning. I can't remember. Time just blends. And Libby was in his comments and she said the same thing. She's like, let's stop calling them data centers. Let's call them surveillance. Because that's why. If you think about it, if it's like, oh, we need data centers for AI, y'all, we've been using AI since 2022. So from 2022 to 2024, it was sufficient for us to be using AI even through to like 2025, the early part of 2025, it was still sufficient for the growth of AI. So, what's the need for more centers? Why do we need more centers? Well, let's put it all together. We got these flock cameras that are watching every move we make. We got these flock and ring cameras that are doing that. Then we have PAL and tear this shit up going into every single one of our government agencies. Then we have, um, in fact, them taking over our food, them dealing with our farmland. Like we have them doing these different things, right? And then we have, again, them still pushing these centers that are not needed because they're just not. They're not needed. Like none of this is needed. So why are you putting it in every single state, employing environmental racism by putting it in poor and in brown and black areas, because I'm not assuming all poor areas are black, brown and black. I'm just saying, basically, we're Aaron Brockoviching everybody, right? And I already went on and on and on when we did our data center reading. Uh, and then, see, this is why you have to click the little highlighted links when you read articles, because it will take you in places that do not get highlighted a lot. And so, for instance, with the Florida thing with G. Satan, he's been trying to circumvent conservation. As you know, they're trying to put water. We're not going to keep going on that, but they're trying to use Miami, and that's going to use our water that's not replenishable the way that other waters are. And then he's been like one of the reasons Alcatraz got stopped was because it was an environmental impact, and the indigenous peoples were able to win and get that stopped. Plus, they were going to poison our water with what they were doing. I think they were trying to do fracking or whatever. And this is impacting the Everglades, which is a protected thing. So there's all this happening. So all of a sudden we have wildfires. We have in Georgia, I think it's Georgia, like 55,000 acres being burned up. And this is around the Savannah area. We have wildfires in Tennessee. We have wildfires in Florida going into the Everglades center. So you create this drought, which makes no sense, right? Yeah, why are there 5,400 data centers? That's not even necessary. And how many were built in the last year? That's something of interest that I would be wanting to know. So, and you're saying in New Jersey, there's a drought warning. How are we having a drought warning when New Jersey and then, the East Coast was impacted by like two superstorms this past year? So the snow and the water and the melt, this should not be creating a drought situation. And then on top of that, this abnormal heat. And in one respect, they're trying to blame it as El Nino. This doesn't feel like El Nino impact. This doesn't feel like El Nino impact. And I think the Utah one is getting stopped, isn't it, Nicole? I think the people were like, hell no, hell no. So all this to say is this is surveillance. This is not, because think about it. They're not even calling them AI centers, they're calling them data centers. What data are you storing? What data? You already have all our other data, right? You already have all our other data, the one that the government was storing, right? Thanks to Doge, right? So you already have that. And um, these centers were working sufficiently with the usage and everything of what was happening from the normal people. So why do you need more? And the word need is the impact here because this tells me that we're not trying to do anything good with these. So I want to talk about that. Are they controlling the weather? Are they creating these situations? And this is for entertainment purposes only, because that's what we're going to call it. I'm playing my card. We're going to do our bell work first. And I'm going to blow my nose real quick because the whole crying over Mother's Day thing got me. And I feel like I'm about to trip on you guys. Uh, but And by controlling the weather, I don't mean it in a conspiracy theory way. I mean it in a real, factual way. Because seeding clouds and all that stuff, I think that's been proven to be a thing. And like I said, we talked about last week about this place off of the West Coast where there's this wall of clouds that never changes formation, and that's blocking the activity that's happening over in the Pacific Ocean with our government running exercises over there. This is there was an article that was released on that in a reputable source of the exercises they got permission for. But again, I know people are trying to say TikTok videos don't whatever, but they used to say that about Wikipedia because I remember going to master's classes and stuff way back in the early 2000s, but they were like, you can't believe anything on there, and now it's a highly regarded source. So it's just some people are just ahead of other people. That's all it is. That said, I want to get into that. So, are they controlling the weather? Are they creating the situation? Because the wildfires just are, it's incredible. The wildfires and the drought. These are just incredible situations. Um, and if we're having a drought, then that in itself should say no to the AI centers. It just should. Because if we're already having natural drought situations, if we're going to say natural drought situations, then creating artificial drought situations just doesn't make any sense. All right, so there's that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and we kind of touched on this, right? We talked about how the changing of the guard is underway and secretly underway. Well, some information got out over the past weekend, and that is of our boy Barry visiting our boy Carney over in Canada. Okay, but what also happened in Canada is it wasn't just Barry who was doing the visit. There's some other interesting people who were visiting with him and Carney. So I want to dive into that really quickly. If somebody could get me the names, I forgot exactly who that was, so that we can make sure to include them. Um, Additionally, I do want to get into this Virginia thing. So, ooh, goosebumps. Okay, so there's something here with this Virginia thing. We already know that Peter Cottontail had put out so much money into information behind um, the Virginia race and still lost. So then they turned to the courts, who, for no reason whatsoever, has overturned it, has stolen people's votes. it's a precursor to what's going to happen in November. And I'm glad we saw it in May so we can be prepared for the fight in November. Then we have what's happening in Tennessee. In Tennessee, they are changing the things. So let's just shorten it to gerrymandering. Let's take a look at gerrymandering. And again, we talked about whether or not the midterms are going to come. We talked about that last week. Uh, and I will say I didn't 100% get a definitive as to whether or not they would take place. It looked like 99, 98% that they would. Again, there was, if I remember correctly, though, there was a contingent, and I think it was the King of Cups on its side. So the contingent is, are we going to call them out for what happened in 24? Are we going to let it proceed and then see what happens? So there was that two path. I remember that distinctly. So there was two paths here as to whether or not we would have one. We're we're not going to have one because they said we won't. That's not why. It will either be because we are recalling. Let's just put it that way. We're going to recall and then we'll do a transition and then move forward. So honestly, that's the we're not having one situation. It's not anything they do because they will try to make it look free and fair. In other words, they would try to do what authoritarians do. So they will still go forward with one, but highly rigged. Whereas the alternative of it not happening is because we put a kibosh on it ourselves. So that's really where that delineation, that fork in the road was. It's we stop it because King of Cups, or or it goes forward and they rig it and then we still come back. Either way it goes, power to the people because that's just what era we're in right now. So let's just see how is the gerrymandering gonna fare out. I think I mentioned this also last week. If there's something else y'all want to read on to, mention it please because we got to get going. But I mentioned this, and I have mentioned this countless times, but that no matter what they do, even when I feel my humanity have a temporary sadness moment, my spirituality kicks in and go, girl, what are you sad for? You know all this shit gonna be erased. So it's like, okay, okay. So there's that. Like I'm not worried about necessarily what they do, just how long they get to do it. That's my crutch. How long do they get to do it? So we'll see. We'll see. Um, so I'm gonna hit pause real quick. Go blow my nose, and then we're gonna get in and breathe because I can't breathe with the stuff next. So we're gonna breathe, and well, I'm not gonna hit pause. I'm gonna hit mute because I don't know how to pause. Okay, you feel the same way, Janet and Nicole? Okay, good, 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 good. Libby did mention the same thing that I said before, that Kamala can't be seen around Barry. She can't. She can't be seen around him because there can't be any question about does she have a hand in it. She can't look like she does. So, um, fun times. All right, so let me hit this mute real quick, and then we're gonna breathe, and then we're gonna get to read. All right, 1 second. Okay, y'all, let's go. Let's go. I'm glad you feel the same way. Because, like I say, you go through a moment of humanity, like, oh, what are they doing? And then it's like, whatever, just whatever. Do what you do, man. Do what you do. All this shit gonna be erased. But I will tell you, this just means there's more to lose for them. So the fight is gonna get ugly. The fight is gonna get ugly. There's more to lose for them. Okay? The further entrenched they become in this, there's more to lose. Um, but that's their problem. Let's not make it ours. Whew. All right, so we're gonna take a deep breath. A really deep breath. We're going to make this breath work two ways. One is going to ground us. It's going to make us mindful of the present where we are, okay? In this timeline, by the way, because all timelines run together. Um, so in this timeline, in this present, on this scale, whatever, in this energy, we're gonna take a deep breath. We're gonna do it for about 3 to 6 seconds with our hand over our heart and our hand over our diaphragm. Nice deep breath. We're gonna feel the air as it goes over our nostrils, over the hairs in our nostrils, down our windpipe and into our lungs. And then we're gonna hold that breath for about 3 to 6 seconds. In that time, you're gonna have some homework. But as I said before, like when I'm taking a breath, I just express gratitude the entire time. It's like I'm so grateful to be able to do this. I'm so grateful for where I am at this time. Um, because where I am now is not where I was a year ago. And I don't mean location, I mean mentally, I mean spiritually, I mean the journey that I'm on. I'm growing and I can feel it. So I'm grateful for this. All right, so we're gonna hold that breath and then we're gonna release that breath. We're gonna release that breath in a nice controlled 3 to 6 seconds of release, letting it come out through your mouth. We're not gonna exhale through our nose. It's either gonna come out through your mouth in a slow, controlled exhalation, or we're gonna just dump it all out in the universe and be like, here, you can have it. Okay? Just make sure that you deflate your lungs so that your hands returns back to zero. All right. So that's the first part. The first part to this one breath is presence, mindfulness. Now, the second part to this breath is spirituality. We are going to, as we inhale, envision the white light of love and protection flowing in and through and around us. It's either going to come in through your root chakra, which is up from your feet, or your crown chakra through your head, or you might envision an orb. I don't know what that is. That's not a chakra. That's just how you might envision, or you might envision yourself out in water, in the ocean, a pool, whatever it is. However you feel, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna envision that and bring in the white light of love and protection. That's on the inhale. On the hold, you are going to envision your own power, your own energy. I see mine in my heart space. I'm a very empathetic person, very compassionate person. So it just makes sense for me that mine is in the heart space. I don't know where yours is. Wherever your energy resides, intuition, sacral, your root, your ajna, your third eye, wherever your thing is, that's what we're going to do. Yay. Um, so you are going to envision your own energy on that hold. And I want you to see your own energy. Oh gosh, if you're outside like me, maybe having a light breeze, like I just feel the wind. I'm like, that's just gratitude, right? Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. So as you hold that breath, I want you to envision your own power. And then on the exhale, so when you're either doing that slow and controlled release through your mouth or that jump of control of release through your mouth, so either like or slow, then you're going to push your energy out to meet the energy of the spirit, God, heaven, universe, white light, spaghetti monster, whatever it is for you, that's what it is. Okay? I'm a God's girl, so for me, it's all God. Um, and so you're going to let your spirit blend on that exhale. And then that second breath you take right after, I bet you're gonna love it. It's gonna feel so good. And when you take that second breath, you say thank you. Because it just feels so good to breathe. It just does. All right. Now, feel free to repeat the cycle in a second breath, like a even like a the second whole breath type of stuff. And you can send your energy out to those who need it. It could be out across this land. It could be out across this world of healing and of light. You can be sending for rain to take care of the wildfires. You could be sending love, light, and protection over to the uniformed people across the world. You could be sending that love, light, and protection to the Lebanese and the Palestinian. You can just send it all out wherever you send it. Your intention is your intention, y'all. We are intentional beings, but we are so darn powerful. Okay. We already saw what Susie said about her dream. We are powerful, or her realization. We are very, 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 very powerful. Okay. And one thing that I will definitely co-sign on that is that we are, because I remember when we did our first light blast, it helped. It helped. It helped. And I will always believe it did. Okay. So let's do this first one. All right. So on the bell, you're going to do hand over heart, hand over diaphragm, taking that deep breath, envisioning the power, the energy of love, light, and protection. You're going to hold your breath, envisioning your own power wherever it lives. And then you're going to do an exhale where your power expands to meet that of the love, light, and protection of the universe, of the heavens, of the celestial world. All right, let's get it. First breath. Here we go. Whew, that breath is so cleansing. All right. Let's do one more. Let's go ahead and send that intentional love, light, and protection. Okay, so how are we going to do this? All right, we're going to take that deep breath. We're going to pull in and harness the power that we have just created together with spirit, right? So we're going to gather that energy of love and light as we inhale. As we hold, we're going to lock in on our intention for this breath, for this energy we're about to release. Where are we sending it? You don't need to know geography, you just need to know destination. Where are you sending it? Is it going to be to the uniform people? Is it going to be to the Lebanese and Palestinian people? Is it going to be to the rain clouds to release that good quenching stuff on this hellish earth? Wherever you are intending, that is where you're locking in on that hold. And then on the release breath, blast it out. This would be a really good one where you just and release. So let's get it. Let me make sure this is on first. Oh, it is. Okay. Yep. Make sure. I just saw a brave bopper. So let me scoot in a little closer. Stop watching me guys. All right. Here we go. Second breath. You can keep your hand over your heart, or you can just do your arm position, whatever it is that will help you harness. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, the sunset is giving me a ninth floor glow, but God, no. Okay, pack you up. Well, yeah, because we're not going to mix today. We don't have time. Okay, let me put you on the ground so you can protect my legs. All right, so let's get into it. Um, all right, we're going to pull out the villain cards for these. So, is this weather manipulation? Are we experiencing weather manipulation? For well, by these sinister beings. Are we greedy, sinister, disgusting human beings? Are we experiencing weather? I do. I don't like them either, but hey, I think so, y'all. Because these are two fire cards. Two of wands, okay? Two of wands. So they are definitely planning something. Something is definitely afoot here. Um, it's interesting. Like the message is one way, but it actually is something else. I know this is a stand your ground card, but given the context of these images, this right here is like how they present themselves in front of, you see the press, and they try to, and that's the thing that they are really good at is like trying to pretend like what they're doing is for altruistic purposes, for protection, for safety, for national patriarchy. BS, BBBS. It's all about Trojan horsing. We got the Knight of Pentacles here. This is like using these different platforms as a means to the money to sell that messaging. And again, if you notice, these people are really mean looking. So these are not altruistic reasons. They're just trying to get past defenders. They're trying to get past the people. Uh, as far as the Disney pedal ring, like I don't blame Disney. Like as I was telling people on the comments, anything that deals with children and has men for the most part, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Unfortunately, you guys, this is horrible. This is horrible. Um, we got the Two of Cups, and for me, the Two of Cups is a social contract. This is something that has been emerging over our readings, is how they have broken the social contract with the Two of Cups in reverse. Um, oh, chills. But let me tell you what I am seeing. Ooh, thank you guys for showing yourselves just now. Um, you too? Okay, okay, okay. Hold on. These guys want to be seen. So we'll start with this first one. I got the Seven of Swords, right? So the Seven of Swords is about stealing. Um, about stealing, about strategy. The strategy could be to steal, the strategy could be to get around the steal, like those types of things. And so if you see here in the upright, this would be essentially a prisoner getting around a warden, right? Like getting by the window. However, this is in the reverse. So this is not getting by. They're going to get caught. They're going to get caught. They're not going to be, yeah. Okay. So they're going to get caught. They're not going to be able to escape out like they think they are. Because the Four of Swords is right behind them. Again, we're dealing with, oh shoot. Okay, here comes the Page of Swords. And here comes weakness, strength in reverse. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Come on. Chill. Okay. Hold on. What are you saying? What are we reading on? We're reading on this control of weather, like this situation being created by them. Are they creating the droughts and the wildfires? Are they doing that? And the answer is yes. The answer is they broke the social contract of taking care of people. Yes, they are doing that. And they're not going to get away with it, though. This is what I'm seeing. They're not going to get away with it. This is the energy that is underneath it because the tower is here too, you guys. So we'll get into this in a second, but the tower is right here. Y'all see the wildfires? You see the wildfires? The tower is right here. So they will get found out, right? So there is the Seven of Swords right here. Exactly. And they got rid of FEMA. They're trying to force people out of their land, but they're also dealing with protected land, especially because the indigenous people, for instance, in Florida, stood up against this corrupt ass government. And so what are they going to do? They're setting fires. All right. So then we have the strength card in reverse because it's weak. They will be weakened. They're not going to manage to get away with this, is the point. I don't see them being able to do that because they will be told on. Here's the Page of Swords. So if y'all notice, that's three swords in a row on this particular, I'm sorry, two swords in a row. Three swords in a row in this particular energy. So they have the Page of Swords, but they also have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords feels like being put on a kibosh, like being made to stop, to rest, to pause. So I think litigation is going to come up against them. Regardless of what they're trying to do, I think someone's going to tell that, hey, you've been doing this. Now, here's a concern though, is I do see an Ace of Cups here and a King of Wands. Oh, but then I see the, okay. Then I see the Devil in reverse. Okay. So I was gonna say, does this mean they get away with it? You see the sun, like it's a sunset, but it's also like you could say a fiery glow as they watch and sip their thing. I'm gonna have to clarify this because I'm getting the Ace of Cups, but then I'm getting the King of Wands. And King of Wands is leadership, creativity, but again, being fire hard. Okay, but Ace of Cups is a water card, so it's hmm, I'm being released from the devil. So that portends this actually makes us feel a little bit better, but I need to see what that's about there. Um, and then also okay, I just saw the Queen of Cups here. So as I went to move the deck, the Queen of Cups showed itself because yeah. They're not getting far. They are not getting far. All right, because we have the Hanged Man in reverse here. So the Hanged Man is having that kibosh put on them big time. If you will not be able to move forward, that's it. You stop. So even though they're doing this to the land, and they are deliberately doing this, um, whatever they're hoping to get from it, like being able to buy it, being able to come in altruistically and say, hey, we'll take care of it. I don't see that working because both of these queens said, hell no. They're like, no, 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 because we take care of ours and we deal justice in the way that it needs to be dealt. So right after the hangman in reverse came this Queen of Swords, but at the top of this entire deck here is the Queen of Cups. So this in the cups is dousing all this fire energy. And no matter how you try to cut through water, you can't. Water will always come back together. So I don't think this is actually working. I don't think it's working. Yes, because I'm seeing a Three of Wands, they're going to have to go somewhere else because the Eight of Wands, the messaging is going to be coming out. What messaging? Well, the thing about the Emperor and the Lovers, as the Six of Swords, we move away from you because there's the Nine of Swords, which is the anxiety. There's a whole bunch of sword energy over here. A whole bunch of sword energy over here. with that temperance being out of balance. And I'm seeing the Knight of Swords. This Knight of Swords being uh, I call it World War Z. This is the people, those people you thought you had coming up against you. And then the Ten of Cups with the family coming back together, the Queen of Wands with her rebuilding things, and then the Ten of Pentacles with us having a celebration of family and legacy and togetherness that has nothing to do with the shit you're trying to do. This doesn't feel like they're going to be able to pull it off because look at the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. They're not going to be able to pull it off. Because we're going to come out from this betrayal because they can't pull it off. They can't carry the messages. This is so interesting. Because, like I said, the tower was over here. But one of the things that I had to pay attention to because, look, there's too much. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Y'all, I just realized all the queens have showed up. Because right under the tower was the Queen of Pentacles. Honey, she's about to shine a light on all the money. We're following this trail. Oh, yes, because right behind it is the Three of Swords. Oh, oh, I'm getting chills so bad. And at the bottom of the deck, where I was like, okay, she wanted to be seen, is the High Priestess. So this stuff is shining a light, putting a spotlight on the hidden agendas, what they actually had behind it. I think we are going to find out about the manipulations, the creation of these weather or these weather patterns, these weather situations that created these brush fire situations. This is going to come out. This is going to come out how they were responsible for this. This is going to come out. Maybe. No, yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. I got a little chill on that, but I think that's something else they're responsible with. They're responsible for. So it feels adjacent, but not the thing. It feels adjacent, but not the thing. I wonder if that is it. But it feels adjacent, but not the thing. Hmm. What does that mean? Leave? No. Okay. What does that mean? Okay. You're not gonna be happy. We're gonna bring the pedo cards. What does that mean? These are not pedo cards, but they do tell the truth about it. Oh, you know what's funny? I switched my deck because those were the pedo cards. This, um, this is the villain. No wonder. Okay. This is, but we okay. What, what do you mean by the scientist is adjacent? And this is scientist, King of Swords. There's definitely some illegality here and some severing of communication because swords are about communication, air, internet. Hey, Angela. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. There's some energy here. This is going to find its way back to whomever is on top of this. Oh, wait a second here. What do we? Five of Swords. Oh yeah, we got snitches. Snitches get stitches. There we go. King of Swords in the upright. So we got Five of Swords here. I think they're gonna be telling on each other. Because again, swords being communication. Five being confrontation. They're going to be telling on each other, maybe to save each other's asses, or save their asses from the other person. Hmm. I'm getting a snitching situation. Yes, King of Cups. The King of Cups. So I bet you the weakest link is Starboy. I bet you the weakest link is Starboy. He's not answering to France because he knows America's not going to force him to. But you're going to have to answer to America, baby. Hold on. Are we talking Starboy? Is Starboy the snitch? Is Starboy the snitch? Is Starboy the snitch? On Bedrock. Twist, twist. Is Starboy the snitch? Let me know. Yeah, but this is different because now we're talking about like the weather manipulation and the sciences now. Starboy is that's the nine of coins, the the money flowing the wrong way. Nine of coins in reverse. He's about to have a reversal. These are contracts lost. Contracts lost. The fool. He's no longer able to do the new journey. I think so. Because King of Cups in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. What does that mean? King of Cups in reverse. So I'm trying to see how is he connected? How is Starboy connected to the sciences? How is he connected to the sciences in order to? It just feels like a bunch of dominoes. Five of Cups. He is connected to this death. How is he connected to the death? Ten of Wands. Is it in the data he stole? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Okay, there's a Three of Wands here in reverse, and then the Five of Coins on the outside. Okay, it is going to be because his money reverses, and he's going to be their sacrifice. Yes, because there's the World card, the World card, the World card, and then the Hangman, and then the High Priestess. That's three major arcana out here, and then the Two of Cups, who he was in bed with. And then the king of, oh, two kings in the back to back. Three kings, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. I got three kings right here. I got the king of cups, the king of wands, and the king of swords, and the ace of wands, the weapon of destruction. Yo. And all the information getting out because Temperance is going to restore herself. He's going to be trying to save his ass. Okay. And the Knight of Coins. Oh my God. And the True Love, which is the partner card being like smashed, and then the Knight of Swords, them coming to get them, put them in prison, and then the Ten of Coins, which is the broken legacy here, and then the Moon card where the secrets spill out, and then here's the final King, King of Coins in reverse. This is a rat trap if I ever saw one. This is a rat trap if I ever saw one. We have all four kings. They're going down. They're going down. That's all four kings. And the other way was all three queens in the upright. So all four kings in the reverse, all three queens in the upright. Shit. Like, I'm getting chills so bad right now, you guys. Ah! I'm getting chills so bad right now. So bad right now. Okay, so real interesting too is the Seven of Wands in reverse here with the Hermit, the isolation, the introspection. Yes, yes, yes. And then the Seven of Swords having to face the Piper. Oh my God, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Empress in reverse. This is a snitching kitchen. Like this is yo, and the 2 of 1. Oh my god, and the 5 of Swords again. That's fun. Oh my god, that feels so fun right now. This is like Ollie's, big dogs, leaders. This does feel like heads of state, etc. These are, ooh, you were a bold little bastard. That's why you're dead, woman. Okay, sorry. I hate skinny mosquitoes. They get through life. They get through everything I put down. This is a rat trap if I ever saw one. You don't have to worry about extinction burst if you are trapped in the trap. You don't have to worry about that extinction burst, baby. They're gonna turn. They're gonna turn on each other, and the weakest link is Eve, and that's why France is going after him because he is the weakest link. So who set Grok to do that? Somebody. Okay, hold on. I gotta see who set Grok to do that. No, no, no. I just got that Grok was not. Um, that was not an accident. That was not an accident, nor was it on purpose for their purpose. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You just told me some stuff. Thank you. Thank you, boo. You just told me some stuff. Let me make sure these are not mixed up. Oh, you just told me something. You just told me something. What did you tell me? Okay, show it to me, please. What happened with Grok? What happened with Grok? Ten of Swords, malicious compliance. Someone hacked into Grok. Someone hacked into Grok because they knew it would come down on him for that. Yes, Knight of Wands. Listen, a risk taker. Someone hacked into Grok because they knew he would go down with that. Did a government do it? Mm-mm. That was a risk taker, a Knight of Wands. Was he implanted? Knight of Swords. This was a government agent. I'm getting chills. This was a government agent, y'all. Not ours. No, this was a government agent. The Knight of Wands was a risk taker. They've connected. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Because they were trying to end they're trying to end this thing. So this was a government agent who set that up for entertainment purposes only, y'all. 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 Allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only, y'all. Somebody did this to set the reversal of his contracts, of his money flow, because they knew that would get to him, because he's trying to be a trillionaire. Oh my gosh. Who went rogue? Somebody went rogue here too, not a sword. Why do I have a feeling this is the female who got called in with him? Why do I get a feeling? Okay, good, Jan. No, that wasn't our government who did that. Nope. Two of Wands, Two of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. She was his right hand person. Did she do that? Hold on. Am I using these? Yes, continue to use these. Did she do that? I don't even know her name. But the girl who was supposed to show up in France with him, that lady, did she do that? Ooh, bitch. Ooh, no, y'all, it wasn't the red kids. Look, Queen of Cups. She's fed up. She brought the sword of truth. She hit him with a hammer. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This ain't the red kids. This is not the red kid. She did that. You see that ace of truth? That's a yes. If there's ever a yes, and she came in reverse. There it is again. The 2 of 1 breaking up with them. This ain't the red kids. What are the red kids doing? I just went to Legos with that. I just went to Legos with the red kids. Hold on. What else are they doing? Speaking of red kids, Ace of coins. No, see, they're leakers. They're leakers. That's what they're leaking. They got the major documents that's gonna tear this shit down. This is why we're gonna find. Oh, wait, hold on. Why did you connect those? Why did you connect those? Hold on. I gotta tell you what got connected in a second. Hold on. Seven of Cups. Illusions, illusions. The Seven of Cups, they got tentacles everywhere. They have all the information. Hold on. Hanged Man in reverse. Who is this? Who do they have by the tail? You know what song comes to mind? What's that song? Ah, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Something about brother. Yes, Reba girl. Yes, Reba child. I'm banned over there again, child. Something to something, my brother. Something to something, my brother. I think so, Kush. I mean, Kush. You know what I mean. Because it says, I got him by the tail. Something about brother. Da, 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 da. What are the words to that? Oh, I don't think so, actually, Jen. I think she turned. Like the girl at Meta, how, she was with him, and then wasn't because of the finding out of how they were deliberately going after teens and deliberately going after girls, like making them depressed and putting them in the vacuum. And then I was watching the 2020 thing where she was talking about Zuckerberg's political aspirations once he realized he had too much power. And so that's when, like, I don't know what got her fired, but I know that's when she started turning and paying attention. I think that's what's happening here is because, he sucked people in. I'm trying to save the world. I'm trying to save the planet. I'm a Democrat, blah, 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 blah. All the lies, right? All the lies. But then you realize how much power you have. And I'm going to tell you that power switch for him was 2022 when when he saw, like on Clubhouse and whatever, how he got worshipped as a messiah. And it turned my stomach because I was watching the people do it. And then when he lost me my $6,000, I was like, F Elon. All right, so playing with my crypto money. Ew, who pooped on my thing? I'm glad you didn't do it on me, but god dang, you messed up my book. Ugh. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to vomit, but that is definitely poop. Okay, I gotta clean you off. They pooped on my calendar. Okay. Keep in mind that the faith place was originally a place for him and his colleagues. Yeah, I mean, I know why it started, but that wasn't the power of it. It was when he realized how he affected 2016. When he saw that, the way that they were questioning him and stuff at the hearing, and how, he realized he was smarter than them because they kept asking stupid dinosaur questions. He's definitely a D. He's definitely a D. But okay, so wait, here are the other things with the red kids is we have the Four of Swords. Who is Scar for them? They gonna put this boy in burnout timeout. They have the goods, and then Four of Cups. So they're also yeah. Who is that? Is that Kush maybe? I think so, because Kush or Cash, both of those came up at. Mm, I don't think that. I don't think Ira released the thing about Cash. Was it Ira who released it? Or was it the Vodka people who released it? I don't know. All I know is they are creatively abusing their skills, right? They're using it for Robin Hood good, you know? So anyway, I gotta freaking do my hair. But anyway, the red kids, the red kids, the red kids, the red kids, they got the goods on somebody. and they are getting ready to spill it. They got the goods on a lot of people. They got tentacles everywhere. They got tentacles everywhere. And two of these cups got blue all over it. Like the one at the top and then the one third. Number one and number three. Those have blue diamonds in them. Da, 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 da. Okay, we got to keep going because sunset's coming fast. All right. Um, so really interesting. So the red kids are doing their job that they're setting out to do. What are they doing? What are they doing now? Okay. Yeah, once again, four of cups, seven of cups, two of cups. Why did all these come right back out? Yes, and then the high priestess. So this has something to do with blue star. Definitely blue star. Definitely blue star. Uh this I think this has to be Kush. This has to be Kush. Refusals. Oh, this is the refusals. This is the oh my God, stop stuttering. The Ira situation, how they keep rejecting the things. They know why. They know why. They know the money. They're following the money. They've hacked businesses? No, they've hacked bank accounts. Oh, yes they did. Yes they did. They are into Dr. Facilier stuff and then the cups again. They are very familiar with the offers, the dealings. That's what that is. And then what is this? Yep. Ugh, God. And then the two of coins. Again, who's the priority here? What deals they have going on? Oh, and then on the top of this deck is the Death card in reverse. I think they're going to pull the plug really soon because there's a High Priestess right after the Four Cups once again. And then the Ace of Coins again. They are getting ready to pull the cups. Yep, because there's the Five of Cups in reverse. They're getting ready to pull the plug on this. Da, 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 da. Okay, what else is going on? Oh, I don't want to read on him right now. Do I? Okay. Is he work? Okay. I feel him sweating. Okay. Nine of Cups. Yes, things are not going his way. It's definitely Kush. Things are not going his way, and he's locked in this partnership with somebody a little bit more powerful than him. Two of Wands. It's not an equal partnership. He's red and blue. What color is that? See, look, the refusal again. The turning down the offer. He's too slick talking. Again, who he's in partnership with. He's not fulfilling his deal. He's not paying off. And the magician again. He is not giving them what they paid for. So they are going another route. That's the Four of Cups in reverse. He's not giving them what they paid for. This has to be South. There it is. King of Cups in reverse. The dignitary that they're dealing with. Ooh, witty, 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 witty. Are you about to meet an end? Oh, I think so, you guys. The Knight of Swords. That that's my hitman card. I think of that as a hitman. Queen of Coins. Hitman. Somebody's paying for a hitman. Knight of Coins. That's the mercenary knight. Someone's paying for a hitman. Witty. Are you out of here? Comrade Whitcock. Are you out of here? Is that the message they're going to send to, well, I don't know, maybe, because that's a Page of Swords. And again, the Four of Cups, because they're going a different direction. Is that the message you're about to send? I just saw the death card. Oh my God. I just saw the death card. Witty, witty, witty. Are you about to find a dark road? Are you about to find a dark road? Are you? Oh, Six of Wands. It's not the victory you want. Six of Swords. Not able to go forward. Oh, there's two sixes, honey. Witty. Oh, that's three sixes. Bitch. Sorry. Wait. That's three sixes. Six of coins, six of wands, six of swords. Yo, what? Witty, witty, witty. I think things are coming back to you. Think you're about to meet the road. Seven of coins. That thing you were harvesting. Whoa. Six of coins, six of swords is about to be about transition, and who got that in reverse? Is it reverse six transition? Ooh, Queen of Cups. Somebody's involved. Knight of coins. I think yes. I think somebody no longer being threatened, but being promised. There's a five of coins, and there's a knight of coins. So if you don't pay up, if you don't pay up, if you don't release yourself from the burden and the debt that you owe us, ooh, if you don't pay up, yeah, if you don't pay up, we got you. Five of coins. You're gonna be on the outside. Y'all, I don't think they're gonna be able to do this. There's a Queen of Wands in reverse. Will they hide it or make it known? Will they hide what? That he bit the dust? Oh, I know what else I was supposed to be looking into. You know, there's a senator or representative or somebody who has not voted in 51 days, even though they've been back in session. I think it's New Jersey. Mm, priority and Queen of Wands. Um, I don't see them hiding it. This doesn't look like they're gonna hide it. Funny you say poisoning, because guess who that is? Funny you say poisoning. Guess who that is? Poison apple? Poison apple? Oh, da 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 da. Priorities, priorities. I do not think Witty's gonna make it. If he can't, if him and what's his face don't pull it off, 10 of wands. I mean 9 of wands. Yeah, 9 of wands. Got them pointed at your back. If they don't pull it off, he's not gonna survive this. He'll be the one to go down just because Push is close to the number one, and Witty's not. Oh yeah, this man is stressing the f out. Two of swords in reverse, and those things pointed at his back. Now also two of swords. Both of them are threatened. Both of them are threatened, Witty and Cushy. King of Wands, there's the king. I was waiting for him to make his appearance. It's a promise, not a threat. It is a promise, not a threat. I was waiting for Princey to make his appearance. Oh my God. So, like I said, there's a rep. Ooh, three of wands, 10 of swords. Um, he feels betrayed. Not the rep, the prince. He feels betrayed, right? 10 of swords. He feels as if they're stabbing him in the back. They're not giving him what he paid for. Oh my God, I cannot turn this. I didn't write it on here. Oh, I wanted to look at Grant. We're gonna have to look at Grant tomorrow. I wanted to look at Grant, Tennessee, WWE, Collins, Vivek, Zuckerberg. Do you know how much money they put into the Idaho race? Oh my God. And this is just primaries, I think. Bruh, the amount of money they put in to get that brown man, Vivek, who, if I was him, I would be scared to do anything they ask me to do because he's a brown man and you know they're going to turn on him. Okay, get this dirty paper off of here. I don't know if that is lizard poop or if that was bird poop, but either way, that's poison. Okay, one last thing. What did I say I was reading on? I hate to turn my page. We'll just say gerrymandering for tomorrow. Oh my God. Because y'all see, it's getting dark so fast. Wait, hold on. These are two different cards. Okay. This is so interesting. I didn't know we were getting to Cushion Witty, but there we go. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, gotta hurry up. Because now they're like, screw your plans of what you put in place to protect yourself. We're still gonna come eat you. So listen, I'm not a lesbian. I wish these female mosquitoes would leave me alone. I mean, I know I'm irresistible, but I'm irresistible. I get it. Female mosquitoes love me, but I don't love them back. I don't. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. What are we thinking of? What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Oh, I want to see Barry. I want to see the Barry thing real quick. I feel like when I say real quick, that means I'm about to go somewhere else with it. 91 minutes. Oh, this is longer than I planned to be out here, actually. Um, Hold on. I'm trying to pack up real fast because I'm gonna have to run. They want me. Okay. When is the next moon? The 29th? Because I gotta clean my new cards. I can clean it with a regular moon and sage, but I want to do the full moon because those are powerful cards. I feel chills every time I touch them. Okay, 'cause I'm gonna run. You have Barry on the brain. No one else can watch our lives if they don't understand our shorthand. But I don't think our shorthand is as bad as some of those other people who be using them because like they're close. Witty is what's the guy's name? Mike Witty. Um, do, 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 do. And she's been summoning people with her thoughts. Ooh, but he is. Suze, did you not catch? Hold on, girl. Barry went to Canada. Okay, Barry went to Canada. He met with Carney Asada. He met with Carney Asada. Okay. And MAGA is having a shitstorm. MAGA wants to, I forgot what the thing is they're trying to use against him. Because they're like, you're trying to do a COU. And it's like, no, he's not trying to do a COU. I mean, yes, he is. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. But I do think it deals with the November exercise. I think that's what they're talking about. The November exercise. How things were not in accordance like they were supposed to be, how things were switched. There we go. Logan Act. Thank you, Carlos. So I'm not going to look into the Logan Act. I'm going to look at Barry's maple syrup visit. Tell me about Barry's maple visit. And it's so funny because we literally just talked to him. Look, 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 look. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. This man knows something. He knows something serious. Actually, I feel like he was called there. I feel like he was called there. This feels like he was called there because I think that's Carne Asada. I think that's Carne Asada. Because look who's on the side. Emperor and the Knight of Cups, the false offer, the guy who's trying to woo people to the wrong side, and the Emperor. Those people acting in his image. See? Yes. Because there we go. We have that risk taking, we have the treason, and guess what else we have? Y'all, I'm not making this up. This came out exactly how it came out. Okay? We had somebody who did that, committing that by coding that. But guess what's coming? The truth. The truth is coming. And they tried to block the truth. Child, listen. They tried to block the truth. They tried to keep the truth from coming, but the truth is getting out regardless. The truth is getting out regardless. And I think they're being warned, oh, yes, that this is flipping. It's going down because this is going to be revealed. It's going to be revealed. Holy schmoly noly. Holy schmoly noly. You know why? Holy schmoly noly. Holy schmoly noly. That's 3 nights, y'all. Because here's the Knight of Pentacles with the devil, with the evidence. Oh my God, with this fool thing, with re-looking at the evidence and seeing how they stole it. And oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. 4 swords, the justice in reverse, the false victory, and the King of Cups, followed by the King of Law. Y'all know who that is. As we transition into something different, you guys see the freedom, see the facing of consequences, see the different perspective, see this coming back to our wishes. We chose who we chose, and they had a hidden agenda and stole what they stole. But that's okay because that evidence is still there. That evidence is still there of how they disenfranchise the people. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Oh my God. With the 5 of Cups here with the death and the non-celebration with the Empress in our business and how we got isolated by the narcissist and how this shit is going to come down super fast and end their world. Holy shit, you guys. This is good. I'm excited. Watch what you say to my brother. Watch what you say to my brother. Oh my God. Okay. Brother. Carney. Carney in America. Canada and America. Brothers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The family. Oh my God. Yes, this is about to be exposed. This is the end. Y'all, I'm so glad that it's going fast. It's faster than it would have gone had this not been the era. Like, we have literally weaponized their own technology against them? Yes, we did. Because the moon is here and they are baying at the moon. They're going to let us know about the switch and the manipulation because these people are walking away from them as this world falls down and the tower comes and we restore democracy. What are you talking about? How these people from overseas interfered in our thing and this truth is going to come out. And what's the truth? This shit right here. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Y'all know that is the Starboy manipulations and this foolishness and the evidence. Y'all. And all these MAGAs they put in place. But that's okay because we got people like Stansberry. Oh my God. The law is going to come after them. Oh my Jesus. Because we're going to be released from the devil and we're going to grow in our personal power and we're going to start from new. What? Oh my goodness. How many aces was that? Wait a second, y'all. How many aces is that? Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Swords, and they're all in the upright. They're all in the upright. Truth is going to prevail. We are in a new season. This is the third time this tower has shown up when it comes to the brothers meeting. When it comes to the brothers meeting, we are there. I told y'all, we're there. May, changing of the guard. They are talking about it. They're preparing for it. How can we get away without being imprisoned? This is the second time the judgment card in reverse came up, but I didn't show you the last time I stopped because I felt like that was enough of the reading, but now I understand what this is. This is how do we do it without alerting them to what we're actually doing? How are we doing? How will we do it without alerting them, without pushing them over into the full authoritarian? Yes. How will we do it? How do we do it? This feels kind of maple flavored. This looks like a red leaf. How do we do it? How do we do it? How do we do it? That's the question. Charlie's chip here. I wonder if Charlie, and it's so funny because Libby said the same thing of her feeling like Lotus was being watched. Every move monitored. Listen, how do you? Oh, it's been a race. Yo, this evidence is gonna come out. That's why I say everybody has their job because, like I said, you got the red kids over there about to release this information on Cushy Babes as they do their Robin Hood Men in Tights do. Um, After 24, will people finally find out about his demise? Good question. Will they? This is interesting because this is manipulation. So this is still talking about 24, the manipulation, the machinations that took place. Will they find out about Weekend at Bernie's, season at Bernie's? It looks like they might, actually, because this is light at the end of the tunnel, new beginnings, hope. This is after the betrayal. Will they? I mean, both of these, well, this is a yes card, this is a no card, but this is no in reverse. So I usually read that as a yes. There's a maybe here. Will they learn? Maybe, if they want to learn. But it looks like yes. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Watch what you say to my brother. There we go. Watch what you say to my brother. I can't think of a song. Okay. Will they find out about Weekend at Bernie's since December? The information is going to be offered to them to tell them about that, but I don't know if they're going to believe it. Will they find out and will they believe? Will they find out and will they believe in the Weekend at Bernie's? Looks like the information is going to be given to them. I don't think they're going to believe it. I don't think they want to believe it. Nobody wants to believe they're stupid. Will they believe it? Let's see. Any orientation? No, 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 don't do that. There's a secret. I don't think they're going to want to believe it because that's the Two of Swords in reverse. That's the Five of Wands. I don't think they're going to want to believe it, but here it is. They're going to get the information. The information will be given to them. The secret will be revealed, but I'm seeing a Two of Swords that I don't think they're going to want to believe that they have been foolishly tied to this devil. But that's untied, so maybe. I mean, we can convince some, but I don't know if you convince all of them. Will they believe it? And this is the last thing I can do because I am losing all sources of light now. Will they? See my note above. I got the song Blame It on the Rain from Millie Vanilli. Lip syncing. Specifically lip syncing and getting caught. Interesting. Interesting. There's the lovers though. Interesting. There's the lovers and the page of swords. I don't think they're gonna want to know the information. I don't think they're gonna want to know it. Will they know? Will they know it and believe it? Will they be told about Weekends at Bernie's? I mean, they don't want to believe me. And they've already watched Nettie Boo Boo have it happen to him. Look at this. Page of Cups, they're going to think it's far fetched that it didn't happen. Um, there's a death right there. They're not gonna believe it. Secret and what's 19? 19 is the revelation, and then something else just showed itself. Where'd it go? I don't know. I lost it. I don't think they're gonna want to believe it. I don't think they're gonna want to believe it. They don't want to think they're stupid. I don't think they're gonna want to believe it. That was the Ace of Cups in reverse. Hi, Elise. Okay, I gotta get off. Um, that could explain the blame it on the rain. Okay. Or, or they might keep that from them, so we don't go into total anarchy. Because this is World War Z, the fire style. That's the Five of Swords, and that's the information. They might keep the information from them, actually. Okay, so they're weighing that information. They're weighing that information. That's the Ace of Swords. I mean, Ace of Wands. Okay. Are they keeping? Okay, let's do this. Are they are they going to keep the information about Weekend at Bernie for months, like including this war situation? Mm, that's a yes. Are they going to keep this from? Are they going to keep that part of it from them? So it looks like they're going to let them know that he's dead. But are they going to keep? So they're going to let him know that he's dead. But I don't know. I think they are going to manipulate that information and not let them know how long he's been dead. So is that what you're saying? Will they not let them know how long he's been dead? Is that any orientation for the card? Yes or no? Will they not? That's me. I'm doing that. That's a maybe. That's a six of swords. Um, but that was me. I dropped it. So will they not let them know how long he's been gone? Will they not let them know like how long as in when? Because if they find out that war was done, that's a yes. With the sword, with the King of Swords, so they might keep that information. Yeah, they would. They would be so mad. They would be absolutely mad. But again, I don't think they would believe it in the first place. What is that? That's the world card at the end. I don't think they believe it in the first place. But I think they're just gonna just be like, okay, he died. They didn't let you know that, but I mean, they'll eventually have to let us know within 50 years or whatever the thing is for keeping the information away. I'm not seeing that either it won't be believed, but I also see there's going to be manipulation of that information. So, like, they're not going to say, hey, he died in December. Yeah, for now, right, Jen? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's definitely a for now. Like, right now, while tensions are up and people are hurting and whatever, I think that's not going to come out. But like it's definitely one of those who shot JFK things that's gonna eventually come out. Um, so uh, the other card there, I forgot what card it was that I was gonna say. I think it was the four of cups card about them refusing. I think it's also about waiting to see when they can take that information. But if you tell them that we went to global excursions, not under his command, but under these fake ass people, who it's over. It's like all institutions fail us. Why did the journalists not realize it wasn't real? Like the same questions I've been asking for the last 7 months. I don't think people will be so nice to ask. Um, will be so nice when they ask. I think it would be like, I mean, the way that I feel, I can't believe any news people at all because their job is to notice things. And I know they notice it. I know they notice it. But there's also this cognitive dissonance that I think everybody's going through, which I got, last time when I was reading about other spiritual people, like, why are they not picking it up? And it's like, 'cause I don't think they want to know, or I don't think they feel safe in saying it, you know, which could be more strongly the truth too. I don't think they feel safe in saying it because people are like, oh, you said he's dead, but look, he's alive. It's the stuff that I feel. The same way I felt when I was like, okay, he's dead, but then I'm like seeing him. And I'm like, wait, is he alive? But every single time I ask, and y'all have seen, I've asked the rods, I've asked the pendulum, I've asked the cards, I've had my own dreams. Everything says everything for entertainment purposes only. And this is just my opinion, my spiritual interpretation, but everything has said he's gone. Everything. And then every time I look at a video that they're putting out, it's all fake. It's all fake. It's all fuzzy. It's all blurry. And if you are the United States of America and you have all the money at your disposal, your images should be sharp. Y'all see how all the war propaganda videos about we bombed and we bombed and we bombed, how sharply and clear all those things are. So why are the press conferences not like that? Why are the gaggles not like that? Why are the events not like that? And nothing is sharp, clear, high quality, worthy of the highest office in the United States. And no one's questioning it. Why are they not questioning it? Because I think they're afraid to. They're afraid to, and cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. I cannot believe this. I don't want to believe this because if I was to believe this, then how evil, how corrupt are we? Is this thing that we're under? And I think that's what we're dealing with. I really do. All right. So I went on a little longer than I planned to. I was supposed to do hair starting at 7, but whatever. It is what it is. Your intuitive coworker just told me that she saw a black curtain over his picture, and I told her that means he's gone. Yeah, yeah. It would damage the reality they made us believe. Well, and that's the other thing. Is like it's like where I've been. Like, holy crap! Like, how many? Like, you believe in time dimensions at that point. You start. It's not a Marvel movie anymore. It's reality. And what is reality? I forgot to close the gates. I did it the wrong way. But it really is like, what's reality? And so then there's like time and bending and timelines and like your world expands way too fast and you can't handle it. At least I couldn't handle it. And I'm still struggling because I told you about the reading I just gave with somebody and realized that she was a water spirit. And I was like, what the hell? Like, this is weird, you know? Um, Thank you guys. Oh my God. Sorry. Um, Man, Sean, that's crazy. I'm glad that other people are getting there. I'm glad they're getting there because, like, Libby now says everything that you're seeing is AI with him. I'm like, yay, she's there. Closer, please, closer. The way she feels about booty is the way I feel about booty. You know what I'm talking about. Mr. Steak in the butt. Okay, anyway, love you guys. I gotta go. I'm gonna put this on public so you can go back and watch the replay. It was a really good reading today. Thank you guys. Bye.